land border disputes in India and the world. Okay, this is the first part that we take up. To, in a way, draw a synopsis of this, the first thing within this factor, the land border disputes in India and the world, the first part in this one is going to be, the first part over here is going to be India, Pakistan in terms of understanding the Ratcliffe line and the line of control, and also in addition to this we will take a look at the Durand line, just to get a sense of these technicalities very clearly. Okay, then we'll take a look at the second part of this, is what is known as India China. And with respect to India China, we'll take a look at three lines, which are in fact four lines, which are in association with India China. Johnson line, what are the dimensions of Johnson line? Then you have something called the McCartney line. Then you have something called the McMahon line. And we'll take a look at what is known as the line of actual control, LAC. I'm going to do a map based revision of these areas that you may have understood previously with regard to understanding where do these lines actually lie and what are the dimensions of it. So for example, a simple question can be like this: the Johnson line is the international border between India and China that covers the entire range of Ladakh and arrives till Nepal. So the line which creates a intersection between India and China in this entire region, right? This is the region of Ladakh, until here you have Nepal, right? So the line that runs from Ladakh till Nepal, dividing Tibet and India, is known as the Johnson line. So this is basically the kind of questions that we are going to prepare ourselves for in this part. I hope I'm clear. Point number C, you have, for example, India's border with Nepal, which is again a little bit of a dispute, and this part is going to be what is known as the Kalapani region. The dispute that India and Nepal have with each other, or the problem that India and Nepal have with each other at what is known as the Kalapani region. Okay, and then you have point number D over here, which is going to be international borders. So in international borders, we have a certain set of disputes. One is what is known as, the most important of these is today the dispute between Russia and Ukraine, and we'll take a look at the geographical aspects of this area clearly. We'll take a look at the Russia-Ukraine border. We'll take a look at the countries as they are aligned in the Eastern European region. We'll take a look at the current NATO members. We're going to take a look at the area of the Black Sea and the geography associated around the Black Sea. Also, we'll take a slight look at what is known as Central Asia. Okay, these are the maps basically that we're going to discuss today in short terms, is what I'm pointing out over here. And then the last part that we'll take is going to be what is known as the Israel-Palestine areas, right? So what is the Gaza Strip and what are the borders between Israel and Palestine, etc., etc., that we'll take a look at. right? And in addition to this, we can also just put a last point on this part as talking about what is known as the China Taiwan region and the South China Sea. Okay, so this is a geography that I'm going to take a revision in the first part of the international relations crash course. First, we'll take a look at India Pakistan, which is Ratcliffe line, line of control, Durand line. Then India China with regard to Johnson line, McCartney line, McMahon line, and the line of actual control. Then we'll take a look at India Nepal with regard to Kalapani region. Then we'll take a look at the Russia Ukraine war, which is the Russia Ukraine border, Eastern European region, current NATO members, Black Sea geography, Central Asian region. And then we'll take a look at elaborations of Israel Palestine and the China Taiwan region and the South China Sea. All of this I am very clearly marking are going to be questions from the context of a geographical perspective, right? Okay, these are going to be questions which are going to deal very specifically with geography of international relations, right? Because it has emerged as a very prominent theme in the last 2 years in the prelims examination within what is known as international relations, especially the geographical areas around this particular part and around these particular times have what has emerged as an important section of the what you can call the subject of international relations. So we are going to underline this as geography of international relations.